weapon that is unwanted and unsecure is available for someone with, nefarious plans to get a hold of, or an innocent person who just thinks it's a, cool unloaded antique or something like that.
Over the weekend, 3 people were killed in Saginaw, including a woman who was 7 months pregnant. That baby was delivered and, as of yesterday, we're told, is doing well. According to the Saginaw Police Department, they've had 9 homicides and 14 non-fatal shootings this year. This has leaders in Saginaw and Buena Vista planning a gun take-back day for this Saturday. Mid-MichiganNow's Courtney Bennett asked how they think this will help to prevent future crime.
Gun Take Back Day. It's an opportunity for people to drop off unwanted guns and ammo. Annie Bench, who sits on the Saginaw City Council, says that she hopes that this will lead to a less violent summer.
And it needs to be something that comes to an end and, becomes the norm, that we don't have these things happen in the summer.
In October, Bench tells me they had 29 weapons brought in when they held this Gun Take Back Amnesty Day. She says it's an opportunity for people to turn in weapons anonymously.
But some of them were off of the streets. You have something laying in a grassy field and a child stumbles upon that, and that's a tragedy waiting to happen. So I absolutely believe it's helpful.
Reggie Williams, who is also on Saginaw City Council and serves as the police chief in Buena Vista Township, says this is the first time Buena Vista is participating in this event.
We definitely don't expect the criminals to come and give us any guns, but for those that do have guns that are unregistered or found or whatnot, it's better to bring them in. That way we have them, and there's no chance for them to be used on the streets in a senseless, violent killing or shooting.
There was literally fire coming out of all the first floor windows, and it was heavy smoke coming from the second floor.
5 people are dead after this fire on Euclid Avenue, just south of Welch in Flint. The 911 call, it came in just before 5 a.m. And tonight, Michigan State Police and the Flint Fire Department, both still trying to determine exactly what caused this fire to happen. This is what we know so far about the victims. 3 children are dead and 2 adults. 1 child was also hurt, and that child, we're told, is in the hospital getting treatment right now. We've been following this story all day, and this is what we know so far, too, from police. We continue to get more information in, but the scene only cleared up at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and police and fire, they're still, again, looking into that cause. Now, when they got there on scene, they say the whole first floor was just engulfed, and they could see the flames, as you heard the chief saying, just shooting out the window, the smoke, too, filling the home. Again, 5 people killed in this fire. We're told by the chief, Barton. 1 child, the one that we told you is in the hospital right now, was able to survive by jumping out of the upstairs window. Chief Barton tells us that the child tried to get to the sister to jump with that sister, but unfortunately, she was too scared to do that. Chief Barton.
No working smoke alarms, I'm saying, because the same investigators that I talked with over on Pulaski, they were on over at Euclid and was talking to them, and state arson investigator told me they seen the brackets for the smoke alarms on Pulaski, but didn't see any smoke alarms hanging. So, but like I said, it's just a tragedy. Something so cheap as a smoke alarm possibly could have saved 7 lives.
With gas prices at an all-time high, I talked to many people at this Clio rest stop who are traveling back south from up north who tell me how these prices are impacting them.
Well, now it's for this trip's about $200 because I filled up on the way up there. It was $99 on the way up there, and then on the way back I hit a high $111 to fill my truck up.
James Manning says his trip to and back from Oxford to Charlevoix, Michigan was the most he's ever paid for gas. A week ago, the average for a gallon of gas in Michigan was $4.60. Now, gas has reached $5.04 a gallon, according to AAA. James says because of these soaring gas prices, his family maps out places ahead of time.
We think things out where we're going. And try to plan accordingly.
We're coming from our property in Oscoda, Michigan.
Teresa Imre and her husband are from Delta, Ohio, which is almost about 4 hours away from Oscoda, Michigan. She says they've tried to save gas money by putting less in their camper.
It's going to cost us about $160 to $180 round trip. We're traveling with no water. We filled up we actually filled up at a store when we got a gas station when we got to Oscoda. And then we had to drain all of our water. We drained all of our tanks at a campground near our property.
Teresa says they make 3 to 4 trips a year, but because of these high gas prices, they are going to be staying home more often.
We're fortunate. We live out in the country, so we just made our backyard, during COVID actually, an oasis.
The many people who I talked to at this Clio rest stop tell me that because of these gas prices, they're going to cut back on some of their traveling.